welcome to episode 13 of the Blackwood Podcast Morning Wood. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Academy Talent, Health and Social Care Apprenticeship Training Company in Bedwas. And any information you need, give me a shout. And
Bombrugby, find him on his socials, Facebook, Instagram. Does all the rugby training, all the coaches, one-to-ones, and he's got merchandise available as well.
Lovely job. So, following on from our Mini and Junior section podcast, which was really good, we thought we'd get players in that had been through the process and come out the other end as senior players and been successful. So tonight we have former Blackwood Stars and Blackwood Rugby players, I may add.
Yeah, so we got Monmouth Valley legend Andy Ambridge, played for Blackwood Stars, coached Blackwood Stars. Who else played for?
Nutridiga, yeah.
Nutridiga. Do you coach Nutridiga as well?
I started my coaching up at Nutridiga,
So we got Big Red then, Lloyd Exton, aka the Instigator. If something goes wrong, it's down to him. And then we got Australian legend and Dean Bam on the end. Nathan Richards, sorry. Blackwood legend, comes through it. Went on to play for Pontypool United, didn't he, for a bit?
Did you? Did you? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did.
Welcome, boys. Thanks for coming in.
No problem. Cheers, boys. Yeah, thanks for the invite.
Thanks for having us.
So, as you know, we all played together or coached by these pair. However, so we started. I started with Blackwood under 14s, came down from Markham. So I know you pair played for Blackwood Juniors. What age group do you start with Blackwood Juniors?
I started, I think I'm trying to think now, I started up in Derry under 9s because there wasn't a mini and junior section down there, and I think that started at under 11s then, so I swapped over then, being a Blackwood boy.
When did you come down here?
It was at Newbridge, wasn't it?
Oh!
Did you play Newbridge first?
Newbridge Juniors.
Well, under 8s?
Probably, yeah, under 8s, under 9s. And then played you a number of times, didn't I?
Wanted to join a winning team, didn't
Wanted to join a winning team. And I think I eventually joined Blackwood Juniors 14, 15?
14s, I think.
Yeah.
Did Mark Burpee come with you then at the same time?
Burpee came first. I was last to come.
Oh, was it? We left him, was you?
Yeah.
Pants side, looked
Yeah.
That's one thing, folk, we brought you in this evening because you boys played together all your lives, didn't you? I didn't realise that you obviously started at different clubs, but to come towards the end of your senior time.
Well, you wouldn't think it. I'm a year older than these guys.
I see that.
But so I played for Blackwood Youth. So I had 2 seasons. Did you play in the 17s first?
We had 17s.
Yeah, so they had under 17s. We did. So I went straight to youth, played 2 years of youth, and then my last year of youth. Then these characters came up and joined. So that's why we played together. I know we all knew each other anyway, and obviously quite friendly. But then obviously built bonds in our last youth. Because we went on to the West Cup final, didn't we?
We did,
So you played through the minis together, all you started at under 8s, say under 11s, onwards from under 11s to under 12s, so you was together there from that young age, right the way through. Amazing. Yeah. So you went out to youth and then won the...
No, we didn't win.
Got the final, didn't we?
Got the final West Cup
Newport.
final. And we had Rob Thompson and John Baker coaching us. And Jeff
Greenwich
came in as fitness now and again.
He did a lot.
I used to like him till he came and took a coaching, but I didn't like the fitness back.
No surprise here.
Yeah. So we had some good memories in the youth, didn't we? Like what was the youth side we had? For that?
It was great. So when you look back at it on paper, it was.
Well, you all went on to play decent level rugby.
Yeah, pretty much. Some real good boys in that team, like Luke Knight.
Went on to represent Wales under 20s.
I think he was U20s, wasn't he?
Owen Williams played for Wales Sevens.
Yeah.
And Pontypridd.
Blogsy.
Newport. Blogsy.
Blogsy
Played well. He played for Blackburn in the championship.
Didn't he?
Yeah. And then obviously
he
was
in the rugby league.
Wales
Rugby League.
Wales Rugby League. So we obviously Woody's now in Australia. So best kick in 10 we've ever seen. But
slowest 10
we've ever seen. But it was a good youth. Well, it was good youth. We had some memories. Where did we go to with you? Blackpool.
Do you know what? We've had so many good tours. They kind of merge into one, to be honest now. But
when
I remember a tour.
We went to Blackpool with the Stars.
No, hang about now. Blackpool, don't shit on your doorstep. Walk us through it, bud. What happened in the hotel?
You put me on the spot now.
I am. And Burpee gave the one-liner.
It was a bit of damage, wasn't it?
It was a little bit of damage.
A little bit of damage.
I like that.
Bit of damage.
It was a little bit of damage. I think it was fire extinguisher, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That story.
That was the one.
Nathan was sneezing, but he thought it was a fire extinguisher.
Same old. The old extinguisher
Yes,
story.
and then the next morning, Rob Tomza, coach, Mr. Strict.
Don't get on the wrong side.
Oh, don't get the wrong side.
Oh.
Sat us down, all the team, in the lounge or whatever the hotel, and I can't remember what he said. What got Nathan?
I'm going to rubbish this story, to be honest.
No, it's not, 'cause
I can't remember specifically.
Rob
all I know is I got caught.
And he said we had to pay for it. Oh, that's it. We got to pay for damages. And Nathan said, I'm that angry, I could punch the door. And Berkey went, don't worry, we'll pay for that as well. So it was quite funny. One like that. So
following on from that, like you obviously, where does this man come in? Andy Ambridge, a great coach, great inspiration to you boys. When did that start for you guys? Did it come after youth?
I went straight out of youth into the senior team, but obviously minutes were restricted. So I'm not sure if I had a season and then made the decision halfway through the second season, or whether I made a decision halfway through that first season. But I wasn't getting enough game time, rightfully so. I wasn't probably ready at that age,
19 then, wasn't it?
19, 14 stones soaking wet playing in the second row.
Blackwood had played championship level then, and it was a high standard and it was hard rugby as well.
Yeah. So I made a decision then to join the Stars. Well, obviously introduced to this.
I think that's when it all come together, and I think that's where I came into it. And like you said, for you now, let's go back a little bit, and let's go back on your coaching career a little bit. So these boys are doing their bits in the mini and junior section. You're coaching where at the time?
Well, at the time then, I think I'd come to the sort of the end of my, I'm going to say the end of my career because I kept going, didn't it?
You did.
But I haven't ended yet. I can't get insurance now.
Unless you're an
But no, obviously we've come to the end of it. We just sort of come off the back of the sort of first run of the Stars, if you want to put it that way, when obviously Pug, Johnny Hodge.
That year, the 2001 final side.
Ed Barber.
What a side that was.
Obviously we had that group of players.
Tremendous.
And we come in from the other side, and a lot of the senior guys then who had, well, like I said, Lyndon was 40, I was 40 something when Lyndon was 40 odd. Peg leg, and there was a couple of us getting a bit older, so club sent me. I was interested in doing this, trying to get into the coaching side, so I started dabbling with the coaching side then, and then obviously the way it happened, it was almost like a perfect storm for us because we had this group of youngsters coming out looking for a bit more rugby. We'd had a little bit of pedigree because we'd had that lovely run with Odgie and all that. We were doing really well, and the Stars were bubbling away nicely, and we were trying to offer these guys a little bit of an option then of taking it on to the next stage again, which was perfect for me then, wasn't it? Because I had a group around me. Was then Oski. We had a lovely mix of all these youngsters.
Dean
Prob, Cotters. We had a lovely mix, and then Richie Liu come into the mix. And
I just want to touch on that, right? About what's not missing in the game, where it's changed in the game, where you relied on your own edge. You had 5 or 6 Neil Barber, Odgie. Pug. I remember Pug scoring in the stadium, at the end of his season career. Lyndon, if you're watching this, but what a guy, because he gave his life to the game. And to score try at the end of his career, I thought it was
perfect. From the lineup,
But then, like you said, with these boys coming together, like Terry yourselves, it was a different entity and different sort of approach because they're all young and they're all talented, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, on that, like I think lots of teams have missed it now. Is like there's all these players who go win playing later on. They get in. If they get to 30 and staying on, they're a minority then. Because obviously when I started playing, like Richie Liu was in his 40s.
Yeah, that's right.
Carter's looked like he was in his 40s, but he's only a bit older. But like Jamie Sims, Dean Probert, they all came down, so you had a balance of those players. And then you had us then, all eager 19, 20 year olds came up. And it was great. It was a good, but I know there's characters in rugby. But you wouldn't know whether they were the oldies or the youngsters. Everybody mixed really well, and everybody was as daft as each other because you had a good job at trying to wrangle us all, really.
Well, funny enough, it was like I came to the club. I wanted to coach youth rugby like my father did, so I did 2 or 3 years in Abercarn. I thought, right, me go Black. Well, let's go up there and see if I can do anything. They said, right, Roger Moore, legendary, right, clever man. He said, the Stars need you, but influence the Stars. Go and work with Andy. Cut your teeth with those, and it's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah,
because of the talent we had in our side, but our complement each other. I think not blowing smoke up our arse, but I think we just had that. We were balanced, didn't we? And it brought the best out of these boys.
Definitely. Tell you a big call at the time. And obviously, Richie Liu played a style he did, dropped down. We had Mark Birkby, outstanding player at 9. We moved him to 10. Moved Woody to 12, who's an outside half.
And Harpic.
Harper was stepping in the form box, but that worked well. But to show how good Berkeley was, Berkeley then went on to play for Pontypool in
Yeah,
the
that's right,
championship,
yeah.
and then went to play for Blackburn in the championship at scrum half. But he played 10 for us, and because Rich Lee was such a good scrum half, and what a caliber.
But I will say, Berkby is going to be the most challenging player I've ever had in the 23 years I've coached. If you're watching this, Matt, you've got on my nerves, Matt. I did.
Well,
What a talent, but he was hard.
Challenging player, challenging.
Great guy.
Great
Great guy.
Yeah,
Great guy.
really interesting.
really good rugby player, no people skills. But there, now we're talking. Mark, I'm only joking.
You can put out a fire, though. You can put out a fire.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, that one, we missed him out from those players as well.
Yeah.
You can put out a fire.
You'd have remembered that Brogsy had a nod and
Had
he
a
didn't get a
mention
nod.
and
for
he-
it.
Yeah. So Berkeley will tell us everything we've done wrong, but
But that year, I mean, the balance between,
Yeah.
like, up front with Oski had that
Yeah, it's
legendary,
Did
old egg,
we get
Jamie
that-
Sims.
Did we get the final and win the final the first year, or was it the second
I
year?
think I joined at halfway through that season, I think, because
Yeah.
I remember thinking if I hadn't have come joined then,
Yeah,
I
because
wouldn't have had that win.
Carter's captain.
The
We
Brewers.
only reached one final, the Brewers final in 2007, we're talking, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 2000 and
the
no,
year
it
before.
was 2005, 2006.
All right.
It was 2006, 2007. We played Neath out year then.
Yeah,
didn't
Yeah,
we?
that's right.
I forgot about
Because
that. Forgot about that,
It's a
mate.
big game. Yeah.
Oh,
Clive
Big game.
bought us the kit, didn't he?
Incredible, wasn't it?
And we all kept the
Clive
kit
bought us
after that. But yeah, so you joined that, and I was because Carter's captain us down there. And nowadays we had a bus, we had the videographer. It was a fantastic day, and we came. Well, it was what a day, what an absolute day.
Oh, I know. It's,
Character himself, Gavin Bassett, singing in Cardiff Rugby Club.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
just the whole day.
Another little one who come into the little mix with these youngsters with talent and skill. And a little
Gavin
crazy
Bass.
Gav. I remember when we had him.
just at
loose.
the best time of his
Yeah,
life,
yeah,
the right
yeah.
time in his life. He was fit, he was fast, he didn't give a toot, he was just out
Bass,
there and
Bass
raw.
was at 9. He played in the
Yeah,
right.
That's right.
Anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
But
yeah.
I tell you who else we had at old age, Agony.
I'm going to say
Math,
Speaking of Matthew today, actually,
Yeah,
and I told
yeah.
him he might mention him. He
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, he
We
was
always
good.
have a bit of a banter because I don't even realise. I can't even remember this, but I brought him off for 10 minutes ago. Only a couple of years ago, he ribs me about it all the time. But I'd say to him, I was doing him a favour, like.
Hang about now. What are
But he
you?
thinks I was dragging him off to give Swiss rugby when I did him a favour. He'd done his job, bring him off.
But if you remember, he took the
But
yellow
what a legend
card
of a man
for-
again.
Oh, Nathan.
Yeah, he took the card.
He took the card, yellow card for
He took the
Nathan.
card for you. He got a photograph, actually. Matthew got a photograph of his back and he's having a ball
Marching
off
on.
the ref and it was you.
Who did Darren Gould headbutt? He headbutted somebody on the day by accident, celebrated, and he did the old Scottish thing where he jumped up and headbutted.
I tell you what he did on the first time we went to the stadium. He did it with Odgie.
Oh, it was the
right
first
at the
time.
very end. He grabbed all of Odgie and split Oggie's out open right at the
Big
very
fully
end.
got you with a split
You know
there.
what Odgie like? He was like, I'm bleeding, mate.
But,
Against Lamram,
oh, it was a fantastic. And we had some good tours with the Stars there as well. Then we went Blackpool again on tour.
Yeah.
Where else we go? Oh,
Prague.
Turkey.
I
Prague.
would forget
Oh,
Prague.
is that when you booked it? It was the wettest time of the year we booked it. Well done.
And obviously, we'll never forget the new key one when Mosley looked after us and had us
I was
against
just going to
that.
say,
Oh,
that's the
Bodmin.
tour I went on with the Stars.
Remember? When we went
Yeah,
to play that
Big
game?
Bodmin. We spoke with
Yeah.
that when we had
Minute-
Kevin
we had
on.
a minute silence for Brownie.
For
remember?
Brownie.
And again, I ended up playing it. I remember I ended up playing it now and
How's he
again.
doing now, bro? I don't see him.
Scungy.
Well, he's got a barbecue place, a pub in his own garden,
Have he?
brews his own beer.
Oh, we go down there then. Is it? Go down there after.
If you remember,
Take the podcast on the first session.
and if you remember that was the night me, Richie Lou, and your father had to go down the Nick trying to get Scungy and Mark Bolton out of the Nick. They got locked up on the night before, and we didn't have a knocker to go to the game. So we go around town asking them could they come, and the coppers were being a bit. They were trying to run a bit, but like your old man said. Can you, we're looking for some boys and they said we can't GDPR, we can't tell you anything, and probably to John, he knows his stuff. He said, all right then, we're going to have to report a missing. And John said to me, he said, you want to see the paperwork you've got to fill out if somebody's And they went, hold on a minute. It was brilliant. Me and Richie and John smiling.
Yeah,
He came out, he said, yeah, they were coming out now at 2 o'clock.
Was that, that was a sit?
That was John, that was great the way he did it though. He said they had paperwork. All right, yeah, oh, great. I was
Is that when Roxy challenged Rhys Harper to a race on the beach as well? Remember that from
That
the
was Nicky,
walkabout?
wasn't it? And
That was
then
Nicky.
someone went down and nicked Harper's
Yeah.
clothes when he was
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
But honestly, Roxy challenged
What was
him.
it?
And Harper's fast.
He's a
Running.
player again.
And all you see was Roxy
What a
go
player.
face plant the side rolling apart, just watch it, absolute crying because he's just face planted the floor. It was just funny.
And like I said, it was that tour was so many funny things. Because I think that was the night you lost your shoes, you nicked Aggie's shoes.
Oh God, I forgot.
And it was I was 2 in the morning and I'm like club and we're all dancing and looking at Aggie and he had a
his
pair of
rugby
rugby
boots
boots
on.
on. on the dance floor.
But no, you weren't dancing. There was a speaker going, and I was sleeping next to the speaker. Like that, he was just playing it.
And they were about 3 sizes too small for his
My toes were like that.
he was walking around like that, Aggie with these rugby boots on. He was 2 in the morning.
Yeah, scrum cap on, boots, sleeping next to his speaker.
It was bonkers. It was.
We're talking about eras. I think that was a wonderful era for the Stars.
of course,
They
yeah.
seem to be getting it back now, and they had a couple on this year.
Yeah.
And it's so good to see with the clubhouse they've got. But I'm blessed with that. I've got to be honest. Wonderful times.
Oh,
and
that journey was.
these boys were so talented.
We'll never forget that journey. For I was fortunate. to
Yeah,
play
that was
such a
the
long
that was the start of the junior. We won that, and then the year after, then because we won the Brewers, we got entered into the Welsh Cup.
Here we go again.
So here we go again. The same
That was the
group,
year after, wasn't it? Yeah.
same group of boys.
Yeah.
And also, we were still a junior union side then. We weren't even the Welsh leagues then. We were still a junior union side. We joined all these teams. And we beat.
If you remember,
Banwen.
the Banwen when
Ban went away. As
our,
when,
our Canadian friend joined us.
What
Then,
about
didn't he?
the
Max Boy Singh.
McCullough?
That
That was the one we lost, didn't we, by a point, was it?
Oh, we did.
We
because
won.
we won by a point.
Bookie tried to lose it for us,
Yeah.
but we managed to do it.
And the bus up, it was freezing cold. We no eating on the
Yeah,
bus.
right on the bus.
But I tell a story about Andy now. Basically, obviously, he's full of energy. Ambo always got the best of the players. You know,
Cool.
really good people skills.
Cool. Yeah.
You'd run through a brick wall for him.
Yeah.
And I'll always remember. I tell this story. I gotta be honest, once or twice a year.
The
Always tell.
newspaper.
The newspaper. So we played Broster Spinny go home with a cap.
Ooh.
Broster Spinny Is
Was it?
that right?
Brofist in the yard.
Oh, I was going to say, North for Stinia, where's
Played
that?
that. But anyway,
Next door.
they had this
Right up the road.
They had this outside half was supposed to be the kiddie.
Yeah.
Obviously, the rest makes him this and that. His legs were like tree trunks.
Yeah,
He's built
that's
in a
right,
I
pressure.
remember him. I
Yeah.
remember him.
And
He was the one to watch.
I wonder
Yeah.
what. So Amber walks in the change room now, as he does, socks up to his knees, no pants
Nothing
on,
else on.
strapped
Here's
up.
tape.
Right, but he had the newspaper now, so he smashes it. Boys, these fuckers, you know, they're going to take us. They go this outside half, right? He's going to run the game. He's going to show us up. They go this. It's in a local paper. Bam! Look at it. They run it black and white. Bam! Into the paper. Honestly, we went out. We beat the shit out of his tent. We dragged him to the rucks. We hit them. We stamped them. We did this and that. Like,
Job done.
in fairness, I admire that guy for staying on because how we stayed on that game, I do not know. And we beat them comfortably in the end.
I remember it. He
But
had
we
big
beat
legs, didn't he?
that
Big
boy.
legs.
Took an arm in that day,
Oh, yeah.
right? Dixie hit him late. I don't know how many times, right? Anyway, go back and change him afterwards.
Pick up the newspaper.
Pick
see
up
how it
his
goes.
Argos. Nothing to do with that game at all.
That's my boy.
But
Yeah,
I love that story.
that is the way to do it.
So we beat them,
Yeah,
and then the
no,
next
good.
big scalp we had then, we drew Anissa Bull, Division 2, home, out there,
This pitch.
Yeah,
on our pitch, yeah.
Who were Division 2 at the time,
Division
right?
2 again,
Yeah.
Doing well at the
I
time.
can't remember that one.
yeah.
doing well.
Brilliant.
Junior
Okay.
Union side this
Remember
weekend
that.
we were, and we beat them.
Yeah,
we beat
we
them.
did.
We just outworked them. We hit
Wow.
the racks. We carried nothing fancy until they tried to score the game. Score the game. They tried to win the game.
Breathe, yeah, breathe.
I'm excited.
Couldn't tell.
Birkby, was it Birkby? Crossfield kicked.
No. Haywood.
Don't praise him,
Haywood.
was it?
I'm sure it was Haywood who put a kick across Norsky.
Oh, I could mention
Did he?
Haywood.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
wing.
Haywood. Football Haywood, mate. Because
Where's his
Haywood
footage?
did play in
Footage?
season 4.
All, all Barnes. He's
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
in
Footage.
front.
over that,
It was the footage then, Dave.
So anyway, he crossfield kick to our prop on a wing.
Charlie.
Boom, catch it, scored in the corner. We won the game.
You don't remember that?
I don't remember that game.
Can't remember that game.
I can't remember that
Charlie
game.
and
That's
sitting
mad,
there
isn't it?
going,
That's mad. That
Big
is.
crowd that day as well.
Yeah.
I remember
Massive
everything
crowd.
about the Neath game. I remember that. I just can't remember that game.
Well,
That's a hell of a scalp then.
it
Yeah.
was. We had a fantastic.
But that was the beauty of that season when that cup run. Every round we were getting written off before playing. weren't
Yeah,
we?
yeah,
'Cause we
it
were,
was
we
good.
like you said, we
I
were
mean, junior
junior.
union.
Outsiders.
And I think the first game, obviously, Posties
Yeah,
debut.
there's a guy now.
The Batman never left us
I
after
just want
that.
to see him. I knew he'd be
Oh,
on
I,
it. He'd be on
right,
it.
I went out to stay with him a couple of weeks ago. When we
What a
chatted.
guy, like.
It's
And all the friendship they got
Yeah,
there.
well,
innit?
great from rugby, yeah.
He
Rugby
came
player,
over to play for Blackwood, didn't he?
Yeah.
He came over to play for Blackwood. Obviously, he just come over. He hadn't done any training sessions with Blackwood. We needed a prop on a Saturday. Oh, I'd come with you. On a bus. He never had to play for Blackwood. He lived at the Stars that
I
much.
think that's something to touch on, not too seriously, but the balance, the connection you had between Blackwood and the Stars. I know they was in you at the time, but if we can get that back a little bit in the future, I think it's
Well, we
so
will get
important
that.
for the town to work with the Stars, isn't it?
Well,
You know,
in fairness, the chairman's involved now. Di Barge and
Yeah.
Richie Liu. they're working closely. Like we've got this Boxing Day game we're doing every year.
Yeah.
We won companies because they're having a cup run. I don't think a lot of players didn't want to get injured on a friendly, so they didn't really commit loads with this year. But it's still a good day. But maybe if that's not, maybe do a pre-season game with the Griffins and the Stars. Just make sure we get this link going.
The arrangement for this year, I think, is going to be a chairman's select. So Di will select his team for the Stars, and Richie will select his team for Blackwood. So it could be like a you boys would play. Just have a run out.
No.
Do you know what I mean? What I'm saying is that type of thing instead of because last year I think last Boxing Day could have been, the balance wasn't right again. So I think that's the
good.
But we got to do something. We got to keep those bridges going.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like I said, the Stars benefited because they were in Blackwood at the time.
Yeah.
Because Blackwood in the championship, some of those boys weren't quite ready, so they needed game time. And Blackwood didn't have seconds, so we went to Stars, and the Stars and
Vice versa.
I see the Stars benefited from it. I think the players and the coaches benefited as well because memories is unreal.
And that's the main
Well,
thing.
that's right, yeah.
When you come out
Your
the
memories
youth,
crap.
the main thing is you continue to play rugby, and wherever that is, you've just got to be playing week in,
that's
week
a
out.
struggle for us
It's
at the
pointless
minute.
sitting on the bench.
I know we were sprinkled with older heads, and like the likes of Bisapa came in and joined us and what have you. However, we had an extra 3 years really of playing together. Like normally boys come to youth, they all separate.
That's right, yeah.
We had another 3 years
Kept going a bit, yeah.
from like I said under 11s.
Yeah.
Up there another 3 years after youth of playing together. We all knitted together, and like on and off the field was fantastic. Like our fancy dress nights for Halloween, that was
the
carnage.
famous Halloween party.
Yeah, it was just.
So going back on that, like the whole point of this evening is, the mini and junior section of longevity with it, and I think it's vital. I like at the moment we're trying to connect the mini and junior section with the club, and I think it's so vital to have that after what you've experienced, is having those boys to come through the system into this youth section.
Correct.
And want to play for the club. That's my aim. I think Terry's the same. We're gripping coaches, and I think the backbone of any club, like the Stars, as a side, is to have that. So that's the aim. And it's obviously there's the example. These two play together, second rows, boys.
Yeah.
How many games together? Can you remember how many games together is in his stats?
Imagine we kept the stats there. Form under 11s. Well, no, under 14. What time did we come over? Under 11s.
Yeah, I think 14, 15. So
14.
Yeah, 14. Pretty much.
Up until we're 23 together in a second row. That's a lot of games, isn't it?
So when you finished playing, Dave, was it
A bit of a mixed bag for me, wasn't it? I played probably had about 2 seasons after that, 27 to 29, and then come back for 1 or 2 seasons and then played again. But played from 8 straight through to that
played
27,
tremendous
28.
talent? Yeah, great.
Didn't miss, and then
because it was continuity with you every game, wasn't it? You're brilliant.
Very.
So you were the same. Lloyd, you finished when he was.
I finished with 30, I think.
Yeah. That's the average now, isn't it? People don't go longer than that, do they? Into the 40s. Like you take that Star side that won the first final.
Yeah.
How old did you enter?
First final.
Aye.
I was in under 15s.
Could you see then?
Yeah. I didn't have contacts yet, so I couldn't fucking see. But no, I think I was
it's mad. Isn't it?
16. I think I was 16. I think.
Yeah, and he's black through and through this guy.
Definitely
he
right.
loves it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he loves it, and you've got to love it, don't you? I think you've got to love what you do. And
So the longevity was a slightly different, isn't it? Now in them days, as you said, you pick up the.
Well, you must have played 800 games for Black
Well,
Stars.
as you said, Pug was. I was 40, Pug was 41, Ed Barber was me 39, 40, Orgy must have been about 38,
Yeah.
Roxy was probably one of the younger boys then.
Oh, talking about
Yeah.
those boys that played then with yourself. So Mike, with us coaching the Griffins, Mike Cardwell coaches us.
There we are.
Our coaches.
Yeah,
So he's involved. He's
Ex-Stars
ex-Stars.
boy, yeah.
Well, his boy is captain of the Griffins.
Yeah.
Good boy,
So
Lewis.
Lewis is
He's a good
captain
lad.
of the Griffins.
Yeah.
Nice,
He's
good guy.
He's very mature for his age, and
We
just what we need at the moment.
Just run ultra marathon last Sunday.
43 miles, I think.
Yeah.
Well done, Lou boy.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
No, but you're right, Gar, as you said, it has altered slightly, hasn't it? And for various reasons, obviously, why players can't go probably on as long.
Well, job scooty and stuff.
Massively now with jobs, and the day's gone, and I've been in my business when I was interviewing and I interview staff. I used to interview people who played rugby to get them in the business.
Right.
The way the world is now, people are a bit concerned about taking sportsmen on, and this is true, because are they going to be there on a Monday, right?
That's a good point.
And I do it all. Are they going to be there Monday? Are they going to be off sick, shoulder? Can I plan on this? And the world has sort of moved a little bit now. A little bit.
It's funny you say because I remember I was working with you at the time.
Yeah,
when
you
had the world's worst finger injury. I had a compound fracture in my finger.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
The bone pushed my nail off.
Oh my God, how did you manage it?
Well, I had to knock her on the head after that. Well, like,
That was a career-ending injury.
It was. I think that was the injury that ended my career. But
I wish
well,
I
like
had
I say, I was lucky at the time. I was working with you, where
Yeah.
you could kind of look
Yeah.
after me a little bit, put me
Yeah,
on
that's
activities, you know.
Yes.
You know, I don't say it's favouritism, but rugby gives you that, doesn't it? You
Oh,
know,
well,
it
it
gives
does,
that
yeah.
relationship.
Oh,
And,
but it does, doesn't it? Obviously gives you connections
If you
and
can help.
friendships.
And you can help people, you
Like I
can
said,
help
you look at the
people, yeah.
friendships you've gained playing
Oh, yeah.
rugby from a young age. So like I said, like Pug now, I get on every time I saw Pug. But I wouldn't. I knew who Pug was. Obviously, I watched him as a kid play for Blackburn or whatever. But I would never socialise with him.
No,
do you know
no,
what I mean?
no,
But
incredible
because of
guy.
rugby,
Incredible
I
guy.
do. Like, and obviously,
what a guy, isn't he?
you always want
Literally,
to
what a guy.
every time I see him, man, he wants a new kit top off. You know? Oh, a new kit, a new kit.
Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? You know,
That's exactly right.
I remember him saying kit tops. I was only a kid, he loved my dad. And he said, come with me. I said, where we going, mate? He said, get in here. Go in the change rooms now. He goes in his bag, gives me his used jock strap. He said, you are, but have that. But that was his way of saying thank you for your father. You have that like to play rugby with. His old phrase on the end. But I still got it. Lyndon is in the earring cupboard, man.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
Never heard it, was it?
Well, you are. So you're coaching now, Nathan? You're not involved in any
No, no
rugby?
sport at all. Now.
So your
I know
kids
what-
are...
Yeah, I got two girls. My oldest plays football herself, so
Oh, right, she's
most
doing
of the
sport.
time is.
Tell us how well she's doing it. She's doing, obviously playing
Yeah, she's
football.
doing well. She's enjoying it. She's really committed. She really committed with school. She works really hard. She trains a lot. She really enjoys the football. She likes exercising, so she's really into it. And I think for me, playing rugby myself, I think I've enjoyed that time. I've had that time, and it's my job now really keep myself fit, but also make sure that she's getting out
She's doing
all
what
the
you
things
did.
that I had. Yeah,
Yeah,
all
exactly,
the
it is.
enjoyment
Yeah.
from it that I had.
Priceless.
So. And you know, it's busy. She plays football a couple of times a week. She's always doing something, and the little one does her things as well. So I'm quite content
Yeah,
with
great.
that sort of
And it's an influence,
that sort of
like
rugby
you,
structure.
you had a talent as a sportsman and good, you know,
Yeah.
with the rugby, and that's passing on to your daughter. Lloyd, are you coaching them?
I'm coaching. I've got the under 11s at the moment, so I got dragged
Well
into
done.
coaching by Spongy many years
Oh
ago.
yeah, Clive.
Ooh, I got
We
a,
will come on a pod at some point.
I got to big him up because I think he did an incredible job during COVID, where there was no
Oh yeah.
rugby. I think he did 3 or 4 years of tots, which I don't know if you've done any tots. It's basically
Yeah, he did it in
like,
Penalty. It's the most challenging thing you'll do.
it's like herding wild cats. And
Yeah,
do you know
it's
what I
hard
mean?
work.
They're in the
Like,
river.
it's
They're in the
difficult,
river.
yeah.
They're in the bushes.
It's
they're
worth it.
everywhere.
It's worth it because it breaks the ice for when they go into like under sevens or whatever. But it's a
Gives you-
challenge.
yeah,
and you've
it
got
is
to
a
appreciate
challenge.
it.
And
So well done,
Spongy-
Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Big up Ryan Phillips.
Yeah.
But like he kept it together for 3 or 4 years. I wanted Finn to start playing, but they were kind of at capacity. So Spongy, being very clever, said, "Well, you can bring him along, but I'm going to need hand with coaching." So
So you've got
that's
to
how
have
we
2 or
pulled
3 of
it.
you.
That's good.
2 and a half.
Yeah.
You've got to have 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and,
You know what I mean?
and there was others involved as well, but I think he just used that to rope me in, which he did. And then like I've been with the team then. I think 2 years of tots, and then obviously I stayed with Finn's team and just brought them up through 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s.
Well, I think for the club, myself and Andy being there, it's invaluable for yourselves to be coaching
Yeah.
up the levels. And for Ryan, you talk about Ryan, great character, what a guy, like really
Yeah.
funny, and he's infectious to the kids, and that's just something you've got to keep
Well,
connected
one
with the club.
big thing. This give him props a bit more. Through COVID, there was no rugby. There was no nothing. Was there?
No.
However, he took it. He had a WhatsApp group. He did the teams or Zooms calls with all the kids.
Yeah.
He set them challenges, set them
Yeah,
games.
great.
He
Fantastic.
kept them all
That's good.
together.
Really good, yeah.
He really worked hard with them. So big props to Ryan, and I think he's
Yeah.
invaluable
Yeah.
to the club, especially with the minis and juniors.
Absolutely.
And his partner Kerry as well. Like she works hard as well.
Christine.
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 Sorry.
She was Kerry when she was about 10, and she
I think,
She didn't like the name, so she changed it.
so, Christine. Sorry, Chris.
Excuse my
That's an edit.
podcast.
Yeah,
host.
edit that one out. Let's go. But, no, so obviously Lloyd, you're coaching and 11s.
Yeah.
He's obviously Finn's going to comp next year.
Yeah.
So the rules change now. Is he, when he goes to comp, is it much change in the rules, or they kind of stay where they are now?
No, I think so. We next year, it goes to full pitch. We're
Right.
on at the moment. We're 22 to 22 and in 5.
Yeah.
We're going to full pitch next year. I think the only real change next year, then, other than that, is you can kick anywhere on the pitch. Then, whereas
Is it still? Because at the moment,
Yeah.
because when we were playing, I know rules changed, but up until and the 16s, you couldn't kick outside the 22.
I think we can kick anywhere in our own half
Yeah.
at the moment, which we try not to do. We don't because it's a new skill to the kids, so they all want to kick. So we've kind of put a blanket ban on kicking.
Yeah.
Because
Get the skills going.
so we just like, look, that's a last resort, that is. So we try not to
I didn't work with Adam Beard, did it, the other week?
Was that? No, he didn't get the memo, did he?
He didn't get the memo, but not kicking.
I'll be honest, from personal experience as well, forwards shouldn't be allowed to kick.
Yeah, I've noticed.
So I don't know if you remember. Do you remember Beaufort away? Where I took a ball, run a nice line, took a ball, went through the centres, 1-on-1 with the full-back, and then I tried to chip.
You had a bit of a... Yeah,
I tried to rush up under the head. I threw the ball up, but I threw it too high. And as I do that, someone ankle taps me from behind, and I just land on the floor off the ball.
remember. We didn't bother after that.
Forward shouldn't kick.
But I'm old school. I did not kick. I didn't pass either.
You couldn't kick.
Don't bother.
I didn't kick, didn't pass.
See 3 balls.
Kick a middle one.
Kick for the middle.
Well, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure, Ted.
Yeah,
I
it's
want
been really
to
good.
get that done because obviously we work together as Griffin coaches, and I've always said to him I'd like to cover off the Stars years and part of Blackwood, you know. So thanks for coming in, boys.
Oh, it's great.
But we just want to say we've got 100 subscribers so far. So thanks very much to the listeners who subscribe to our page, or whatever you call it, is it?
Yeah.
the pod.
Like and share and get some more subscribers.
Chuck it about, you know, throw it about. So, yeah.
We have got some interesting guests coming forward. We won't let you know who they are, but you'll keep an eye on the socials. We've got some really good guests coming on soon.
Yeah.
And then next pod now will be we got a special next Friday. We got Legends Day.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be an extra long pod next week. So stay tuned for that one.
Flying about the club and just taking in all the memories from years gone by. So.
Again, any interest in sponsoring or interest in coming on the pod, please message and we'll get you on. And if you want to sponsor, we'll take your money as well. So
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks very much, boys.
Cheers.